Now, when it comes to my mayor in New York City, nothing surprised me at all. When it comes to him making comments that either offensive or just all the way out there, I don't get surprised anymore. I get angry, yes, but the stuff that Bloomberg says, and believe me, this ain't the first time he's made a controversial statement or done something that is basically mind-boggling, because he wants to wage war on people who he deems are ruining the economy by their own actions, maybe either drinking too much soda or smoking and passing laws that pretty much is more like a babysitter's law. But when it comes to him making a statement that he did, I often wonder if he lost his damn mind. Um, about a few days ago, Bloomberg has made a very insensitive statements, pointing to teachers and the unions, comparing them to the N.R.A., the National Rifles Association. In the article that's been given by the New York Times, it also further notes that Michael R. Bloomberg has said and done over the years, from banning large sugary drinks to supporting concession prices. Few had generated sort of a viral backlash that has unexpectedly mounted after his weekly radio show on Friday. Um, the mayor has embarked on a lengthy stems on consumptions and on the need to negotiate a new teachers evaluation plan with the United Federation of Teachers. Towards the end, Michael Bloomberg, almost as an aside, linking the teachers union to a group of like the National Rifle Association and others, in which he said a few leaders were out of sync with large numbers of rank and file members. It is typical of Congress, it's typical of unions, it's typical of companies. I guess we're all small groups. I guess we're all a small group is really carrying the ball, and the other isn't necessarily in agreement, Mr. Bloomberg said to the program host John Grambo. The N.R.A. is another piece where the memberships, if you do the polling, doesn't agree with leadership. The comparison drew somewhat of a muted response. Michael Munton, the president of the union, issued a one-sentence statement later on Friday, saying the remark was completely inappropriate and indecent of the continuing difficulties of the union relationship with the mayor. But on Sunday, 70 people have signed a letter by the union to the mayor, which says the union was among the first to give consultant to other in order to help those in Newtown, Connecticut, after the school shooting there on December 14th. The article also goes on to continue. Among those who signed the letter were most of the presumptive Democratic mayoral candidates. It also goes on to say that on Monday the union was scheduled to hold a news conference to underscore its outrage and demand the mayor to apologize. This is not the first time the Mayor Bloomberg had invoked the National Rifle Association when registering his frustration with city teachers, unions, and others. He voiced similar opinions at the news conference in 2007 in the face of resigning to a part of his educational agenda at the time, meaning he wanted to be a mayor should be more approach into what decides what goes on in the educational schools. He has done that. He is a hands-on mayor who has pretty much oversees what goes on along with the commissioner in the Board of Education, and I gotta tell you, it didn't work. I'm just keeping it real, it didn't work. I'm gonna leave a link to this article. It's a very interesting article, and I'll let you guys decide on yourself for what you think about the article. But my own opinion is this: the mayor gets into a very serious fit when he doesn't get his way. And there is no secret that Bloomberg and the teachers union do not see eye to eye at all. And there's a reason for this. One of the reasons is that the fact is the mayor is foreclosing schools who do not do well. They do not do well for a lot of reasons. One of them mainly because they don't have books to educate the students, bureaucracy, you name it, it's there. It's not just the teachers who are failing. It's kind of hard to be totally against the teachers when the teachers themselves do not have the resources or the materials to teach our students. This has become a problem in New York. This is the biggest city in the world, one of the biggest cities in the world, and yet we have one of the worst educational systems in the world, and that's largely because the city and the state don't support it. And yet their solution, if a school is having bad grades, if the teacher's having terrible evaluation, let's just close the school down. Forget about the fact that it's going to cause even more problems for other schools who are doing well. Let's just close the school down because that's the answer for our children's education. I don't agree with it. I never had and never will. And that's been a big issue. Plus, let's be realistic. The teachers are being held hostage here for far few reasons. One, they can't strike. It's against the law in New York to strike. And two, there's so much politics going on with the negotiation that it can take years before they finally get a contract. The teachers are not being paid very well in this in the overhead, and most of it, and to be honest with you, it's being done for a reason. They don't want to support the schools, and as a result, there's people up there saying, "Well, let's have private charters take care of it. They do a better job." Forget about the fact that they should have be doing as much resource they can to build these schools back up. But that's the main issue. So hearing Bloomberg say this, I looked at it and said, yeah, it's definitely out there, especially what happened in Connecticut. It was in poor taste, and I think he should, at least, if anything else, come back and make it very clear that it was not intended to disrespect those who have lost loved ones in that Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. It was a horrible act. And to me, it shows just how insensitive he is when he doesn't let things doesn't fall his way. Bloomberg has a very narrow-minded things when it comes to his policies. If it's not done his way, he can be bitter, he can be angry, and he can be also very cold, which is shown a lot these days. He passed laws that got shot down by civil court, saying that it's unconstitutional. And when people address this, he gets a very cold mind and say, "Well, you get what you deserve," kind of attitude. This is the kind of mayor who for the last for the last 3 terms have run New York as a business. That's how he ran this city. This is his last term. He's not running again. And to be honest with you, it's about time. We need some new fresh faces, and we need someone who's going to be pretty much representing the city. Now, not to say that Bloomberg was terrible for New York. There are some good things he have done, but there are also other things that that make me scratch my head. The fact that he wanted to make a soda tax is one of them. That is the least of New York City's problems, and that's the thing that he's pretty much also famous for. He passed a lot of laws and continue to pass a lot of laws in terms of banning people from smoking, including people in their own home. You want to say that public area is the city's responsibility? Fine, whatever. But when you start attacking people in their own home, now you got a problem. But that's minor compared to a lot of stuff he said. This is not surprising to me. This is also going to go down the resume of some of the things he did wrong. The teachers union surprisingly handled it better than I thought, because I thought this was going to be front page for at least 3 days. They downplayed it as well, and basically just said their own opinion. We don't know if the Bloomberg is going to respond to it or not. Most likely he's not. He's probably might downplay it to the point where he just basically think about something else. And to be honest with you, he needs to really keep quiet about that right now, because let's be honest, under his watch, the schools didn't get any better. Because let's be honest, he was the hands-on mayor when it comes to our kids' education, and from what I've seen, I'm not impressed at all. But then again, you guys may have a different opinion. I'd love to hear your opinion on this. I'll leave a link below to the report, and you guys can make your own comments from there. But until then, this is J77 saying take care, be safe, talk to you soon.